All right, so for vehicle stop number three or scenario number three, it's going to be the same as um, the basic vehicle stop in the beginning. This takes a turn when you have the officer coming back and doing the two checks. The first check that the officer does is what SAC PD calls a 978 check, which is a driver's license status check. And that license is going to come back suspended. At that point, it opens up a lot. And one of the things that it opens up is the ability to arrest this person for driving with a suspended license, or that person comes back with a suspended license. Definitely further detaining the person, placing the person in the back seat of the vehicle, and now having the opportunity to tow this person's car, so the vehicle must be searched incident to an arrest. And so these are the things that have to come out of the mouths of our students as you tell them, or dispatch tells them, hey, that person comes back on probation. You know, when you tell them, hey, that person has a suspended license, you should see their minds open up and then have an understanding, okay, now we can do this now. We can search this and search that, because it's going to be all tied to each other. What's going to happen is there's going to be a search. Somebody's going to recognize that they can search, and then they're going to find drugs in the car. And so something like that. But we'll have control over all of this. And so we can take it from one extreme to another extreme just by based on the type of props that we'll use per every vehicle. So that's going to be very, very interesting. It should be pretty fun. I'm hoping that we can get 5 cars, but either way, we can figure out how we're going to do this. Everybody should be able to go through one basic vehicle stop, although that might not be realistic. It may be more realistic that everybody gets 2 apiece, and we just have to go for that and grind for that hour and 30 minutes or whatever it is. So just understand that I'm trying to put a lot of different scenarios in this scenario day. Now, vehicle stop number 4 is going to be one of those things that you don't normally, think about, and that's somebody being on probation or parole. So when you run that 936 City, County, and A, Sacramento Police Department codes for a criminal history check, when you run that and it comes back that subject is on searchable probation, then the minds of the students are going to have to open up again, just like in vehicle stop number 3. But this time, this person has an arrest history and a probation or parole attached to his or her name. And so now the eyes have to open up even wider and go, well, man, I can sit this person in the backseat of my police car, cuff this person if I need to, search the car if I need to. If the person, has whatever in the car, contraband in the car, drugs in the car, a gun in the car, that type of thing, well, now it opens it up a little bit more. And so that's what we're going to do, is we're going to make these situations where they're going to go into one direction, like, oh, okay, this person's on probation. All right, so the officer will go and grab him and tell the proctor, tell you as the proctor, okay, this is what I would do. I would take him out of the car, and I would pat him down. I would put him in the back seat of my car, and then I would come back up and begin to search the car, or whatever the next 3 or 4 things is to do. I would like them to discuss that with you, so just so you can make sure that they know it. All right, so a situation like this is the criminal history. That's going to be somebody's on probation or somebody's on parole. With the driver's license, it's going to be either someone was never issued a driver's license or the driver's license was suspended. If there's any issues, that's what you're going to have. So the students should know what to do after they hear that information. So number 5, vehicle stop number 5 or scenario number 5 is just basically Through the criminal history check at the end, as the officer walks back and runs the status of the driver's license and the criminal history check, ultimately what happens is this person has felony warrants. Now, those are the 5 scenarios that we're going to deal with. What I expect from the last one is if a person has felony warrants, Sean kind of hit me to a way that they're doing things, and so basically they will be trained to know that wherever the person that is sitting in the vehicle that has the felony warrants, cadet officers will be going to that very door and giving very specific, concise instructions on what to do. And as long as you know that, they don't necessarily have to act it out, but if they know it, knowledge is a big part of this thing. And so you should get them into a conversation where they actually know this. I'm not sure what the rubrics is going to look like yet, but just it'll most likely be a checkoff of some very, very generic things. So that's what's going to happen with the vehicle stops. And we're going to try to get as many people through that as we possibly can. Hopefully we can get 5 cars because that will help us out so much because we can do 10 people at a time. And remember, we have actors and actresses, 3 different locations, all on the blacktop. But you'll probably the students will probably go from one vehicle to another vehicle, and then maybe they get 4 scenarios for the day. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm just letting you know what your job is on that day. And that is to watch the students, watch how they respond to things. Look for fear. Look for stuff like, they have the look in their face like they don't know what they're doing or they don't know what they're talking about. Those are the type of things that we have to stamp out right away, because if they're going to possibly take on a career like this, they have to be confident. And I understand that they're kids, but I understand fear too, and I understand they could get you hurt out in the field doing this job. So that's all. I just need you to be yourselves on that and get an opportunity to talk to them after the call and make it brief, make it like a real quick, next time I want you to think about doing this, or next time I want you to think about doing that. But anyway, that's what it's going to look like. I may add 1 or 2 more scenarios, but realistically, that's what it's going to be. And so this is going to be interesting. Okay, much love to everybody. I will be getting back in touch with you guys here soon. Thank you for listening.